Hey everyone, welcome back. If you miss the days of holding down the fire button, dodging screen-filling explosions, and blowing up giant alien bosses, you are in luck. Here are 12 amazing 2D run-and-gun games every Metal Slug and Contra fan needs to play. Starting at number 12, Hardcore Uprising is an absolute blast of pure run-and-gun adrenaline that serves as a direct prequel to Contra. You pick your hero and sprint through gorgeous anime-style battlefields packed with screen-filling explosions, giant mechs, and endless waves of soldiers. The movement is absurdly smooth, letting you dash, double jump, and reflect bullets right back at incoming boss attacks. It captures that classic arcade difficulty perfectly while giving you crazy high-tech guns to spray everywhere. It makes you feel like an unstoppable action star, right up until you accidentally dash directly into a giant laser beam. Coming in at number 11, my friend Pedro is a hilariously acrobatic run-and-gun shooter that lets you unleash pure, slow-motion ballet carnage. Guided by a sentient talking banana, you wall bounce, backflip, and dual-wield pistols through waves of gangsters and goons. The gunplay feels like an over-the-top action movie where you can split your aim in two directions at once and ricochet bullets off frying pans into enemy faces. It is a brilliant high-energy ride that rewards style just as much as firepower. It makes you feel like the coolest hitman alive right up until you take lethal advice from a literal floating fruit. Landing at number 10, Mighty Goose takes the fast, explosive action of Metal Slug and trades the main hero for a literal, space-faring bird. You waddle through chaotic levels, blasting alien armies with shotguns, rocket launchers, and massive machine guns. The pixel art is super crisp, the screen effects are wildly over the top, and the gameplay moves at a breakneck speed. It captures that classic arcade destruction vibe perfectly while making you feel like a total tactical genius. It is a glorious high-energy ride right up until you realize a single goose with a launcher can easily end all human civilization if it gets bored. At number 9, Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2 drops you straight into a chaotic war zone filled with mobsters, soldiers, and zombies during World War II. You play as a tough-talking gangster, spraying bullets in full 360 degrees with two-stick aiming. The hand-drawn cartoon art style looks awesome, and the heavy weapon sounds make every single shotgun blast feel ridiculously satisfying. It is a fast, bloody, and hilarious arcade shooter that rewards non-stop running. Just remember that no matter how many undead soldiers you blow up, a true mobster never ever lets his favorite plate of pasta get cold. Sliding into number 8, Mercenary Kings takes the pixel art style and explosive arcade combat of Metal Slug and cranks it up with thousands of craftable weapons. You play as an elite soldier dropping into vibrant island jungles to rescue hostages, blow up tanks, and slice through army bases. The gun customization is ridiculous, letting you slap sniper scopes on shotguns or turn a basic pistol into a toilet paper launching machine gun. It is an insanely fun, action-packed arcade shooter with tons of replay value. Just try not to get too distracted building the ultimate ridiculous weapon while your team is getting shelled by enemy artillery. Landing at number 7, Iron Meat is a brutal, blood-soaked shooter that wears its Contra inspiration like a badge of honor. You battle through a ruined world taken over by a terrifying, flesh-eating alien entity that mutates everything it touches. The pixel animation is mind-blowing, filling the screen with horrifying biomechanical monsters, giant tanks, and massive multi-phase bosses. The shooting is fast, crisp, and completely relentless from the first second. It is a dream come true for 90s arcade fans, provided you have a strong stomach for watching mutated helicopters sprout teeth and try to chew your head off mid-flight. At number 6, Valfaris takes classic run-and-gun shooting and dips it in heavy metal music, brutal violence, and alien gore. You explore a fallen space fortress packed with terrifying monsters using a massive arsenal of laser rifles, plasma swords, and heavy guns to rip enemies apart. Every single level is accompanied by a killer metal soundtrack that gets your heart racing. The shooting feels heavy, powerful, and deeply satisfying with every trigger pull. It is the ultimate power fantasy for hardcore retro fans, provided you do not mind your screen being completely coated in green alien blood every 3 seconds.
Enjoying the island so far?
Coming in at number 5, Contra, Operation Galuga is a brilliant modern revival of the game that essentially invented the run-and-gun genre. You pick your favorite elite soldier and blast through island jungles filled with alien armies, giant mechs, and screen-filling laser grids. The stacked weapon system and new overload abilities give you incredible tactical firepower while sprint jumping over incoming missiles. It brings classic arcade hype straight into the modern era with fluid controls and non-stop action. It is an absolute dream come true for retro fans, provided you can handle getting blown up by a sneaky sniper every 5 seconds. At number 4, Blazing Chrome is an unapologetic love letter to Contra that delivers pure, non-stop arcade adrenaline. You choose your soldier and fight through a world overrun by killer robots, utilizing heavy machine guns, grenade launchers, and devastating mechs. The screen is constantly filled with exploding metal, fast-moving vehicles, and gigantic boss machines that take up half the display. The controls are razor-sharp, making every dodge, roll, and shootout feel intensely satisfying. It is an incredible throwback that will test your reflexes, even if it constantly reminds you how terrible you actually are at dodging giant red laser beams. Taking the number 3 spot, Huntdown is a brilliant neon-soaked bounty hunting game with some of the smoothest shooting mechanics ever created. You pick one of 3 ruthless mercenaries to clean up the streets of a dystopian city overrun by ridiculous punk gangs. The cover mechanics are slick, the weapon sound effects carry immense weight, and the one-liners sound straight out of an 80s action movie. Every level culminates in a memorable multi-phase boss fight that requires real strategy to survive. It is pure action perfection, right up until you try to act cool and walk directly into an incoming grenade like a total rookie.
Let's go.
Our runner-up at number 2 is Broforce, an ultra-violent, fully destructible playground that parodies every iconic action movie hero in history. You play as hyper-masculine caricatures of famous movie stars, blowing up terrain, enemy bases, and giant alien commanders with massive firepower. The chaotic multiplayer mode turns every single match into a hilarious, screen-shaking nightmare where nobody knows what is happening. The sheer amount of explosions on screen is staggering, creating pure mindless fun from start to finish. It is the ultimate party game, even if your friend accidentally blows up the bridge you were standing on for no reason. And taking our number 1 spot is Cuphead, a legendary masterpiece that combines classic run-and-gun boss battles with jaw-dropping hand-drawn 1930s cartoon visuals. You play as a teacup fighting for his soul across dozens of punishing, multi-phase boss fights that test your patience and execution. The weapon switching, dash mechanics, and parry system are tuned to absolute perfection, making every single victory feel like a monumental achievement. It stands as a monumental work of gaming art, even if the relentless difficulty makes you want to throw your controller directly through your television screen after 50 consecutive deaths. That wraps up our ultimate list of modern run-and-gun games. Which of these explosive 2D shooters is your personal favorite, or did we miss a modern classic? Drop your takes in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video.